I
He
went
does.
30 seconds at the beginning to say how that this is the most complicated theme that we've ever had because this is David Mamet films about con artists starring his then wife and Ricky Jay with a stolen knife as a plot point.
Yep.
I mean,
I
I
hate
would.
that genre.
Uh-huh. And I was thinking that it was the longest use of Chekhov's gun
Oh yeah,
for the one that Billy hands over
that's
to
right.
him.
Oh, that was very good. Very beginning of the film.
I mean,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
that
is.
is
It's
Chekhov's gun.
Uh-huh. But yeah. Um, Gosh, I never seen either of these
I
films
got
before.
some. I'm gonna rant, but you guys, somebody else go first.
Okay, well,
well,
Chris is charging
Scott
his
was
batteries.
starting there.
I know there's just the con within the
I haven't
con.
seen this since it
Oh,
came out.
good.
I remember liking it a lot more then,
All right.
but that's because at the time, I think that the realizing you're watching a long con three-quarters of the way in the movie was kind of a new thing. And
I
now I feel like
guess
I've
it
seen that
wasn't
movie,
common.
not just the other time we saw it.
Chris,
I don't know.
you're
But
lagging here.
this time I was so much more struck with. Uh, yeah, it's
It is
Chris,
what it
you
is.
need to
Hello.
get some fiber.
um. I remember no, not possible. I remember. Listen, Scott and I love Lindsay Krause and Slapshot.
Yeah.
Her performance in this movie was a choice by somebody, either her husband or her.
Yeah, right.
And it's
Jared's
the
gonna
same
come in.
problem.
And Jared's gonna come in hot with his take about stilted acting, but the
well, but it's.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
the
it's.
acting's
Listen, I've
stilted
been
in
an
this. I think it's deliberate.
Yeah.
It's play
Yeah,
acting.
it's a
Listen, I've been an
style.
ACT subscriber for 25, 26 years. I've seen a
Mhm.
bazillion plays. I know
Right.
what play acting looks like.
Yeah.
This is play acting.
Yeah.
Mamet
Th-
came from
this-
theater. He
Mamet's
holds his actors to
Mamet's
Yeah, but yeah, this is
right.
people delivering clever lines for an hour and a half.
But it's
And
it's
it-
literally
Mammoth
how it's
speed.
delivered.
yeah, it literally never feels natural, except maybe
No.
no. Well,
But in a play-
Mantegna actually, because he's Joe Mantegna, can actually form the lines into something that resembles
Yes,
the real
he
world.
did.
But I think he approached the thing with a whole acting technique, and
I've
where
listened-
everybody else
and-
was just a
And
cipher.
he did something that no one else is ever allowed to do in a David Mamet film. He changed one of his lines of dialogue and convinced Mamet that it was good. Like,
That seems
that-
impossible.
That never happens.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go see a play and people act like they do in this movie, I don't think twice because that's the way it is in almost every like. It's weirder if the people on stage talk like people actually do in real life. Like that's
Yeah,
that's
overlapping
Yeah.
Altman style.
yeah. So
Well-
so in this, it's like, oh, this is just he's literally right out of the theater and decided this is my world. I'm going to tell people to behave the way I'm used to. I guess that's the only thing. That's the
Well,
literally
this-
the only scenario I can come
No,
up with.
this
It's
scene
his
here,
New York stage acting buddies.
it is. This scene in the beginning where she's talking to the woman in the robe about her problems, and she's giving this like completely robotic kind of performance. With this
Yeah.
backdrop, I thought they'd snuck in some rehearsal footage. I'm like, okay, this
Yeah.
doesn't even look like a part of the
Except
movie.
she's in costume.
Yeah, I know,
And
but
makeup.
yeah,
Now,
well,
having said all that, the script is fantastic. This like the way that
Because
this all
it's David
plays out.
fucking Mamet.
No, like that's the thing. Like I'm not here on this movie. I still give this a thumbs up. Once you get used to the incredibly stilted acting by most of the cast, really specifically her. But I mean the whole beats of the story where you don't like. I don't think you've totally picked up that she is. I mean, at least for me, the first time, I don't think I realized. Oh, they've been fucking conning her for most of this movie, and I'm literally just figuring that out.
no, I never saw it before. And
She does.
I don't know about you. I was ahead of this film the entire time. I never seen it before, but I knew that everything I was looking at a certain point was a con.
Because
Everything.
You've seen it now a million
Because I've
a
seen
number
versions of this film over and over again.
In
It's like,
a number of other
1987, this was a
David
new
Mamet
thing.
movies
Yeah.
and lesser versions of David Mamet
Yeah.
movies,
Mm.
which I am including the Ocean series in, a
Mhm.
series I really enjoy, but
Sure.
it's the
Mhm.
same shit. Like, it's just more David Mamet.
no, weird thing is I'm going to go
Yeah, but
around.
in those movies, you're kind of in on it from the first frame.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Well, not kind of yes and no, but the thing is, I think it's an onion. You reveal the layers of con. Oh, the con men are actually just having fun saying, "This is our con. I'm going to show you some hand tricks. Yay." But they're still pulling her into another different deal. Then you find out later on it's a bigger deal. Then you find out later on it's a bigger
Right.
deal.
And
It's
this
like,
is and
uh,
like this is like Ricky Jay.
yeah.
Like the reason I specifically called out Ricky Jay and what I said before is that that's Ricky Jay's influence on Mamet.
Oh, yeah.
Is like that is David Mamet, the fan of stage magic and the fan of close-up magic, being like, this is a magic trick. And the thing about a magic trick these days is everyone knows it's a magic trick, so you gotta lie and say, here's the magic trick over here when you're actually doing it over here.
Right.
Right.
And like
Although,
that's what both of these movies are, is it's the, oh, look at the obvious magic trick here.
Right.
Don't look at the one I'm doing over here.
Yeah, well, it's just a way of developing. The thing is, it is in terms of screenwriting, it is everything's a complication, and
Right.
that's kind of good in respect of like things really snowball by the third act, and
For
it's like
noir
and
especially.
to the point you get to the point to yourself where you're going, I'm not 100% sure what's happening. That's not entirely bad.
Right.
Yeah, and
What
let me roll back to the dialogue for a second. And I had a thought about this earlier. This is in the 90s, 80s or 90s, right?
87.
87. This is 87,
80,
but also the
yeah,
next one's
80s,
in
early 90s.
99. And this is the era of screenwriters coming off the page. Tarantino speak came around this time. You hear these big globs of dialogue that he would throw in their actors' mouths. And also, there's other ones.
Well after this.
Diablo Cody came around this time. And the thing is,
No, way later. Way
not
later.
much later.
Way later. No, Reservoir Dogs is 92, bro.
Okay, okay, you get my point though. There's a number of films that
Yeah, but he
actually
would have been writing Reservoir Dogs
that
around this
point
time.
towards the dialogue as a a part of the writer's style, and this is part of it. It's like back then we all thought it was really cool. Like, oh yeah, this is like he has a way of talking in Mamet speak that is really like incomplete and halting and kind of like has a lot of illusions in it. With an A. But
And
I hear it
Mamet's
now.
from the
I hear it
theater
now. It
world.
just sounds tin.
Yeah,
I don't know what it
talked
is.
about that, Jared.
Yeah.
So
This is all theater acting.
this is all, yeah. David Mamet's probably a fan of many things. Good acting might not be one of them, because it
Good screen
It's
acting.
just-
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
bad.
just
It's not
screen
bad
acting.
acting. This is what they were directed to do.
yes.
This is, the problem
And-
is
Act like robots?
direction. It's not the acting.
This is not
Yeah, because
screen
these are
acting.
all-
This is theater acting.
Yeah, these are all good actors, obviously, in both films.
Even her.
Oh, yeah.
She was the worst. She annoyed
Well,
me
but
the
but
most,
again-
obviously.
I like her in other things. This was a choice,
She's
probably
being
by her
directed
then
into
husband.
this.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the thing is, and this is the thing that I will say, I love David Mamet. I think this movie's pretty good. Like, the thing I will say about Mamet is you're either on board with him or you're not. And if you're not on board with him, it is going to completely miss. And I don't care that the dialogue is clipped, and I don't care that they're acting a little more robotic, because his world, Mamet's world, is a world of people who are incredibly competent at one thing and nothing else.
Right.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
like the fact that
And it has a
that
vibe. He
Yeah.
always has a vibe.
Mhm.
there's a feeling to these movies that is unlike almost anything else, especially at the time that this was made. This is a noir that doesn't feel like a noir until you realize it.
Yep.
Like, it's the same thing that happens, like the next movie we'll get to this, it's the same thing where you have the overall vibe of the movie is so different than what you're going into it expecting, that it is very jarring in a lot of situations. But to me, as someone who did stage acting, but also as someone who likes this guy going for his own style, I really appreciate, like, the acting to me is in no way a problem, because this is what he wanted to do. And like,
This
you're
is what he wanted to
seeing his
do.
vision up on screen.
It's true. I still like this movie. I've seen it before. I do a lot of stage acting, and I still feel I don't. I personally, and most of the people I've worked with in the past, don't act like this. Again, this is direction mostly, but you know, it's still just so wooden and stilted and robotic. But it's still,
But
I think his words
stage
though are
acting has
so.
changed too. I think stage acting has become a little bit more like film acting.
Well,
over
I
the
don't
last
know.
I would argue that Mamet's that kind of writer where the
4
script and the
decades.
words itself are almost more important than the performances.
Well,
I
that's the
mean,
Mamet speak thing I was talking about.
yeah,
It's
like,
like, yeah, that was a
and I'm
style.
not trying to diminish performances, but I
Yeah.
mean, you know, he's creating something that is on another level, almost like, you know, you could argue like Yorgos has his actors, right? They do this stilted weird thing as well on
And that's where the
purpose.
style doesn't, and that's where the style doesn't work for me is in his
See, it works better there for me.
right.
No,
No,
but
and this is what I'm saying. There's the difference. The reason that I refuse to let somebody call this bad acting is like I would never call the acting in a Yorgos movie bad because I know what's happening is
Yeah.
he's standing behind the camera and going, no, too much emotion.
Yeah, yeah.
No, like you.
And I think
you
some people
dial
handle it
back.
better than others. Like
but
I thought
but
Montaigne was particularly good here
he
in
is.
terms of
But
like
Joe Mantegna is an amazing actor.
I think, yeah, he exceeds it.
Think about Yorgos and Wes Anderson movies though. Like those don't look like normal movies. This
Yeah.
sort of does. Actually, I would
Yeah.
argue for his first go behind the camera, there's some compositions and some shots and some editing choices that he made that are really fucking evolved.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
not very
like-
much money.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
pretty lighting in it, and it's like
there's
there's some
some nice
excellent.
lighting when it's raining and she's walking down against the brick wall is particularly
There's some nice
attractive.
sets here that I
like
thought.
fucking Edward
I-
Hopper, man.
I thought
Yeah.
that was cool
Well,
looking.
that's what
Also,
Seattle used to
the
look like.
the denouement, but underneath the airport with all the little that look
That
like
shit's
science
all
fiction.
great.
It was just there's some nice locations in this.
Yeah.
And,
That's what Seattle used to look like before they tore it all down to build fucking Amazon towers.
And although a lot of it has
Wow,
that,
I've lived here.
I
Yeah.
remember.
so a lot of it has flat 80s lighting, but a lot of it doesn't have flat 80s lighting, so it's good, you know. So
Yeah,
that's
a lot
it's
of
not
it
it's a good
has-
balance. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I was thinking so because I think this came out the same year The Untouchables came out, which
Mhm.
was also his screenplay. And
Right.
I'm wondering because and that's a very good looking movie. Was he allowed
Is
anywhere
this-
near the set when they were filming it?
Was
Did
this
he pick up any-
84?
No, this is 80.
86.
Both 87. This is 87.
87,
Oh,
yeah.
87. Okay.
Untouchables is also 87.
But this is his first film, right?
Oh, well,
Yeah, first director, for as a director.
As a
you know,
director.
you know,
As a
De Palma
director.
changed the shit out of that thing. You know it.
Yeah.
But also, he's doing a lot of De Palma's.
Very
He's a very
Glenn
visual
Hoffman.
guy. He does whole different things in this.
Right, De Palma,
what Dan's
like,
doing.
De Palma's thing is less like De Palma's thing is I'll buy a good script and
Yeah.
film it
And-
in the
and
way
De
that
Palmanize
I want.
And De Palmanize it, yes.
Yeah.
But going back to what Tad said about the one thing you got out of this is actually the plot. I think that you're focusing on the plot of the thing, and that's actually something good to focus on because it's actually the most interesting thing about this. I think there's flaws in this. I don't like the dialogue that much. I don't like the acting that much, but I think the way it's put together, the reveals are really nice.
Oh,
And
I-
the third act
I'm a
is
little
really
jaded.
cool.
I'm kind of like, okay, I know what's coming, but that's me.
Well,
That's
and
not
the
the
little
film.
I think a lot of writers would have ended it when she realized she had been conned, but
Right.
he had a whole third act of where
Yeah.
she goes
Right.
after him, and
Oh, we
there's a
need some
whole-
whole-
sweet.
the
We need
other
some
movies,
sweet
too.
vengeance here, man. Come
It
on.
was cool.
Well, but this is also
Then you
this
get
is
the
also
third act, which is her seeking revenge.
Yeah.
and also-
Right. This is a little bit of like one of the issues I have with Mamet is he has this sort of right wing the good guys have to win thing, and like I kind of wish occasionally he'd let the bad guys win.
I can dig it.
And like
It almost feels like Hollywood Code, doesn't it?
right because he writes really interesting bad
Mhm.
guys.
Mhm.
And like if this movie ends with Montaigne instead of getting shot, getting on the plane and flying away with her money,
Yeah.
like I think
Yeah.
it's a way cooler ending. Like the
Well,
ending of this
at
movie
least
is
he-
fine.
Or
At
they
least-
both
at least-
fly off
but at-
together and
but at
start a
least
little
he
drifting
had-
thing at Aruga somewhere. Just
But at least he had Montaigne say "fuck you." He never
Yes.
ever
Oh, yeah.
recanted. He
Yeah.
like a
He
lot of
never begs
writers.
for his life.
No,
He
a lot of
never-
writers would have been like, "Please, I'm so sorry. I
Yeah.
need it." And
Well
he was
dressed
like,
tough
"Fuck
guy.
you, bitch! I don't need." And I was like, "This is badass. This guy's
Mm-hmm.
not backing down. He's facing death."
Well,
and he's
it's
still
almost
like,
call
the
back
third
to when-
time she
Thank you,
shoots
sir.
him,
May I
and he
have
says, "Thank you,
another?"
sir. May I have another?"
I know it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Also, he's got that goddamn voice. It's fat Tony Salerno from The Simpsons, and I can't get it out of my head. I'll hear him talk.
He's the guy who
He's going to ask about the pretzel monies, isn't he?
He's the guy
Yeah.
who replaced Mandy Patinkin on Criminal Minds. Like,
That's right.
it's like, who could we get to replace Mandy fucking Patinkin?
Uh-huh.
Joe Mantegna.
Joe.
Let's go. Like, yeah, no,
Mhm.
I mean, Mantegna is a treasure in this movie. Young William H. Macy, so
Oh my
great.
God, Baby Billy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Uncle-
Jesus
Uncle Baby
Christ.
Billy.
Uh-huh.
Ricky, the whole scene with Ricky Jay in the card game, and like the the gun, and then he picks the gun up and he points
Is
it
Ricky
at-
Jay the fat guy?
Yeah,
That guy
Yeah, I
behind
love
me.
him.
And it
He's
cuts
in
to the-
like
it starts
every
leaking.
Mamet movie, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
because
Mamet
Well,
has
they're
like his
good
people.
buddies.
Mhm.
Well, him
Yeah.
and Mamet were best fucking friends.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Like,
And the
um,
bug-eyed girl is in almost all his movies.
and he's the,
Yeah.
and
Rebecca
Ricky
Pigeon.
Jay's the
Yeah.
one who taught Mamet
Oh,
about
she was
cons.
Mrs. Mammoth.
Yeah,
Oh.
as
She's-
was
she's
Lindsay
attractive.
Krause.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
was she?
Oh yeah.
That's
Uh-huh.
why I said at the beginning, starring his wife at the time.
Oh, right, because
Yeah, that's
Rebecca
right.
Pigeon's not in this one. That's right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so-
She's in the
funny.
other one,
So
right?
at the
Yeah.
time, he cast his
Yeah.
wife in both pictures.
So John, you've been quiet. What's going on?
Guys,
Just a decade.
I've kind of had a journey with David Mamet, and I kind of want to tell you about it.
I have to I put the wavy thing on.
Yeah, we'll put the wavy effect on.
You're either on board or you're not, and John has gotten off the train.
I have jumped. I finally realized this is not where I want to go. I'm getting off. No, I watched. I became aware of David Mamet probably around the time of Glengarry Glen Ross,
Yeah.
which I loved.
I wish we'd saw that
Yeah.
one.
And I thought, okay, this must mean that I'm a David Mamet fan. Then I saw American Buffalo, which I thought was insufferable. And I was
I
like,
saw that
okay,
play
well, that was a
out in Waterloo.
misfire.
Mhm.
I still love David Mamet. And then I saw that movie, The Edge, with
Alec Baldwin,
Alec Baldwin,
Anthony Hopkins.
and Anthony Hopkins, and it drove me up a fucking wall. I'm like,
That is
okay,
a movie that got studio noted to death.
fuck, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and I did somewhere in there see The Game on video, or what's this one called? No, not
House-
The Game.
House
House
of
of
Games.
Games.
House of Games. I saw it on video, and I thought it was good.
Game's a better movie.
Did you happen to watch
The Game's a
State-
better movie.
Did you happen
Did
to
I
watch
happen to watch what?
State in Maine.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's a great.
Is that him? Is that Mamet?
Yeah.
Oh,
we
okay.
did a Mamet before on the show, haven't we?
2.
So
I
now we've
picked the-
watched this. This is our third and
Three.
fourth.
Also,
Mamet.
Spartan.
Third
Spartan
and
is a very
fourth.
good Mamet.
That's right.
Spartan.
I'll
Spartan
keep going,
Heist,
John.
And
So this-
You're getting
fu-
somewhere, man. You're
Another
getting
one.
somewhere.
Another one.
Trying.
If you count fucking Ronan.
Ronan
He
wrote the
came
screenplay.
in and completely rewrote the
So
script.
this is a
for it.
David Mamet fan club. I just
But-
didn't know
Yes,
what.
it
Yes.
He didn't direct Ronan. He didn't
Correct.
direct Glengarry Glen Ross.
No, he did
Correct.
not.
Correct.
And him
Correct.
pushing these actors around like fucking mannequins, espousing this sort of pseudo noir dialogue, drives me up the fucking wall. It's
I think that's a valid complaint, dude.
so fucking artificial and forced and weird. And it's like, I don't get why you're doing it. It's like, yes, it's not the actor's fault. It's the director's fault. He's telling
Yeah.
them to act this way. And it's like, why?
You're
Yeah.
either down. You're
The,
either
the,
down
the
with
dialogue
it,
is
you're
already
either down
completely
with it or you're
artificial
not.
and weird. And then he makes them say it in very like
Yep.
Oswald.
Yes. Yes.
mannequins. Oh God!
23,
You know what?
two.
Here's the thing. So once I think it happened when he met Ricky Jay. It's like the con is really what he's interested in.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
the acting and the characters and the emotions
Yep.
are somewhere down here.
Yep.
And if
so
you
he just
watch
kinda, like,
anything
Gets on
else,
with it.
Anything else that he makes is like that. It's
Yeah.
But imagine.
But
I
that's
think-
not that's
but-
not a
but
movie.
to-
It's like watching a episode of Fool Me with Penn and Teller. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
that-
like
I want more.
Here's the
which
thing.
I also love.
With this, here's the thing with this awesome script. Just piggybacking on what John's saying, this script is great in terms of the plot.
Yeah.
Imagine this with good acting.
Oh.
Yes. A better dialogue.
Imagine this movie with better dialogue.
Maybe a couple script notes. Who knows?
Holy
You know,
shit, this would knock you the fuck over.
Just
No
try,
shit.
try to naturalize the dialogue a little bit.
I think
maybe?
it's to the. I
I
agree that it's
probably wouldn't have
clever, and I
chosen
actually
Uh-huh.
For the
I
record,
agree it's
this was
clever, and I
Ebert's
agree-
favorite movie that year.
Uh-huh.
that I
It's
was
in his
actually
top 10
entertained.
movies
That's true.
of the
That's true.
80s. Top
Even
10
seeing it-
movies of the 80s.
Mhm.
Even seeing it the second
Who's?
time, I was entertained. I'm just saying it could have been better if he'd paid
Oh, I
attention
agree
to some
with
of
that.
these other things.
I'm just
I-
saying.
I agree with
I'm arguing. I'm still arguing that you're riding the fad of off the page screenplays in the '90s, and that's in the '80s, '90s, whatever.
80s.
But
You
that's
did
part of
right.
it. I know there's a
It's 80s. It's 80s.
Yeah,
This
this is the auteur thing was
'cause-
still really big back then, so people could do that. That's the
But
thing.
Mamet
It's
had
like Full Metal
hits,
Jacket was almost the
90s,
same year, right?
2000s,
He's
80s.
still doing it.
Uh-huh. All right, Jim, are you okay there? Just want to check in.
Speak to me, Jim.
As soon as I start to speak, you're going to say something over
I'm
it.
gonna no,
Let's
not
just
me,
move
man.
on
I'll
to the
shut the
next
fuck up,
I
man.
promise,
No,
I
no.
promise I won't. I promise I won't.
Let's give him
Oh.
60 seconds. It's on the clock.
All right.
All the things that you guys dislike about this, except for Tad, are the things why I really like these two movies. I love the dialogue. I love the way it's delivered. I love all the repetitions, and it reminds me in a weird sort of way of Altman with his overlapping dialogue. This is like the opposite of Altman. It's
Different
the
style.
anti-Altman.
It's
Yeah.
clipped.
And and I hear the same sort of criticism whenever I choose an old movie because it's like old-timey dialogue, and I can see the sepia tone. God damn it! Why isn't this movie in color? And I love the stories. So the cons are really good. And I've seen this movie a bunch of times, but when I first saw it, I really enjoyed just the sort of the story to it.
This is that plot thing again.
Yeah, it's the plot.
It's like a European film, except it's got like a strong plot.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
European film in regards to the style.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
say.
that it has some weird style
It's
to
like
it.
My American Friend a little bit. It has a kind of like nice loose feel to it
Yeah.
in some
And
ways.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm sure-
yeah.
Yeah.
But My American Friend has like a realism that this
No,
obviously
that
doesn't
that was
have.
pretty nuts in its
But
own
I-
way.
or
Yeah.
grittiness, a
Yeah.
grittiness.
Yeah.
I had a real hard time connecting with American Friend. I liked that was the episode you picked The Passenger too, right, Jim?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I dug The Passenger, but American Friend just was like, I was like, I cannot connect with this thing, and I think it's the same sort of like disconnected kind of like I'm looking for the humanity and it's not there.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
for-
well, it's
I
tough
think
to
the American
be
Friend-
to have humanity when you're a German filmmaker.
Well, there's that. Yes.
I'm like in both camps on this one because I dig Mamet. I know he has this style,
Mhm.
and I can get down with that world and I can enjoy it, and I really liked watching it again. But I also simultaneously am like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
why is the acting like this?
Well, no,
Why
it's
is
a
the
great
direction
thing.
like
It's the same
this?
thing. I'm enjoying the plot, but the
I'm
little things are
It's
grating
like
on me
you're
the
half
entire
critiquing
film.
it and you're half along for the
Yeah,
ride.
it's weird.
I'm going to give
but
this
more
a
so,
thumbs
like,
up. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
I really like it, and I agree with both of you. I agree with Tad, where like you either are in on Mamet or you're not. And I a long time ago was in, and kept being in. And I know we watched The Heist, which I think is actually kind of a lesser for me. Like I like this better than The Heist. I like the next one better than The Heist.
The Heist is the studio version of
Yeah,
this.
they got a hold
Yeah.
of because he had real money, big A-listers, and
Yeah.
but I like both these films, but like yeah, I'm in on Mamet, but I still have the same critiques that John has. I just kind of keep them here, and I'm like, yeah, it's there, but I dig
Like,
it.
okay,
Well,
right.
that's why
Yeah,
I picked, that's why I specifically picked Heist with Spartan. It's like
Spartan's so fucking cool.
more
Actually.
money and less money, Mamet.
Mhm.
And it's interesting because Jim kind of did the same thing here, but in reverse. He did less money and then more money.
money.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Well,
'cause
Spartan's one of those movies where I love any movie that drops you right in the middle of something and you
Immediate
just have to
rest.
fucking go with it. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like you have to understand that they're already going, and they've been
Yeah.
going like for days before you turn the movie on.
Right.
And I love that because you're like,
Oh.
oh wait, I gotta catch up. What the fuck's
Also,
going
but
on?
the thing is, neither of these films are like that. These actually have a beginning.
No, these aren't like that. I was
Yeah, these
Spartan is like that.
both
where
these films
I
have hard
love
starts.
that.
Yeah. That's just. I think we should go to the cards at this point. Let's
Oh,
say
I-
don't say anything. Add
Knock
This is a
it,
fucking cool movie.
20%.
right in the middle there. Although, can I do two? Like one for the plot and one
Three-quarters.
for the acting, or
Three-quarters.
no?
Yeah,
Okay.
the con is 100%.
Yeah, I like the con
I still-
dialogue. Like there, it's like,
Even my reservations, I still think it's a great fucking
I'm like
movie.
11 o'clock. Like,
There you go.
I'm almost
Yeah, I'm 10.
And before we wrap it, I do want to revisit that what we're calling the third act, the Lindsay Krause revenge sequence at the very
Scenario.
end.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's very different from
Her
everything
delicious
else in the
revenge.
movie because she's not a con artist. She's a thief.
Mhm.
She got scammed and she's pissed off. And it's
Well,
like,
and there's
I
also
got-
a hint
I'm glad-
of her mother or her father calling
But I'm
her
glad
a
I'm glad
whore.
you brought that up, John,
Yeah.
because that's maybe one of the only acts or sequences in the film where I actually thought, okay, this direction and this robotic, sort of like style of acting
Right.
hurt the movie. And I'll tell you why. It's because when she says the fatal line, when she says, "When I took your knife." Now, if it was real acting, you would have known that that was a slip up. I almost couldn't tell if that was a slip up or if she was just saying that because, you know what I mean? Because the acting was so stilted. You're like, did she mean to say that or did she not? And then of course, he goes, "You made one mistake. You said my knife."